You will never have healthy relationships until you understand that there is no point in keeping anyone around you that you do not enjoy being around. Let me repeat that again. You will never have healthy relationships, that goes for romantically or platonically. You'll never have a healthy relationship with those people in your life until you understand that there is no point in keeping people around you that you do not enjoy having around you. And I'm talking all the time. I know in the world that it has been normalized for us to keep people around that we feel obligated to keep around because of how long we've been friends with them, or just understanding their tendencies. And we've gotten so trapped in just the idea of being that loyal friend because we don't want to cut them off because of how long we've known them, the history we have, or what have you. But the thing that I'm here to tell you is that when you are on a path of self-improvement, self-discovery, and overall you just have a big goal in life, there are going to be people in your life that you are going to outgrow. And that's okay. And it's very important that you maintain healthy bonds with people. But that doesn't mean force bonds with people who do not want to have a healthy relationship with you. There's so many people that I look back on in my life that I quote unquote cut off. I can't even say that I cut off because all I did was distance myself. And I stopped calling as frequently. Now, from time to time, I'll check in just to see how they're doing, but I try to mitigate it as much as I can because of where I'm at in my life. Because I know how important it is to protect my energy. It's important to always remain positive, remain excited about where you're at in life, your future. And when you have people who are pessimistic, who don't see the good in everything, who are victims to their own lives, it's going to bring you down. Let me be the first person to tell you this. There was a lot of situations that I stayed in way longer than I needed to, and I don't want that for you because you really don't have to put up with it. I was talking to a gentleman yesterday and he was telling me how he's been in a 2-year relationship with somebody, and they've been going off and on. And I just asked him a simple question. I said, "Are you happy in this relationship?" And he flat out said no. And then I responded to tell him, bro, even all that you've done, good or bad in your life, you still deserve to be happy. And that's what I want you to understand, because I think that's something that we overlook in our lives, where we don't prioritize our happiness. We prioritize the happiness of other people. We prioritize how we come off to other people. We prioritize making other people feel good rather than prioritizing how do we feel in this moment. How is this person making me feel? Do I feel loved? Do I feel respected? Do I feel appreciated? You don't want to be in a place where you're tolerated. You want to be in a place where you're celebrated all the time. And it's such a game changer for anybody who not only is on the path to success, but is also on the path of happiness. Because really and truly, to me, happiness is success. I think they coincide with one another, you know? The quality of your life will change dramatically when you start to distance yourself from those who bring you down. And I know that it's difficult. Some of them could be long-term friends, family members, partners, past partners. And it could be difficult to distance yourself when you're in close proximity with so many people. But that could be also something that could nudge you in the direction of moving out of your hometown, or just taking a period to just be alone and sit in isolation. Another thing that I want to leave you with, or not even leave you with, but to let you know, is that something that made it easier for me to cultivate healthy relationships is to cultivate a healthy relationship with myself. We can only love people to the extent in which we love ourselves. And I promise you that when you start to love on yourself the way that you deserve to be loved, because that's what it is, you deserve to be loved to the utmost, you really start to see people for who they are. And you slowly start to just naturally distance yourself from people who just don't promote positivity. There's no reason why we should, I'm going to keep driving this point home because I don't think that it's talked about enough. There is no reason to keep anybody in your life who brings you down. Nobody. That could be a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a friend, parents. And I'm not speaking on my parents. I love my parents. We already know what's good. But I'm just giving you examples of people in your life that it can be difficult to cut off, but it's your life. Your life is the most important thing in the world. And I want you to live a good quality life. Something that we don't realize about distancing ourselves from people who may have wronged us or who just don't make us feel good on a daily basis or majority of the time is that's the highest form of love. Distancing yourself from someone who is toxic or you just feel as though that you've outgrown, you're giving them the opportunity to self-reflect. Whether they do or don't, that's neither here nor there, but you are giving them that opportunity, and that's the greatest gift you could give to anyone. I'm not walking around saying that everybody that I've crossed paths with, if you ask them, how is Trent? How is he as a friend? Some people might say, he could be an asshole or whatever. But I'm content with every decision that I've made because I know that I've loved people as well as I could with where they were at in their lives. And although I cut them off, I still have love for everybody that I cut off. In the past, I may have said things out of hurt, anger, that I look back on and I know that I would do it differently this time. But in this time of my life, the only thing that I want for myself and for you as well is to understand that the community that you keep around you is so important. It's so important. It's good to go solo, but you'll get there a lot faster with the right people around you. You shouldn't have to feel like you're having to drag somebody along with you. If they feel like dead weight, you gotta leave them in the ocean. You gotta leave them in the ocean because they're like an anchor. You should ask yourself with every single relationship that you have in your life, whether that be platonically or romantically, does this person feel like a battery where they make me feel charged up, excited about life? Or do they feel like an anchor where they're bringing me down and I'm just looking at the clock. I'm looking at the clock until the next time that we don't see each other. There's no one that you should feel obligated to keep around you, especially when they're not pouring into you like you're pouring into them. I want you to understand that you deserve happiness. You deserve fulfilling, loving, and respectful relationships with everybody that you come across in your life. Because I'm here to tell you firsthand that once you start to prioritize how I feel with every single person that you come across, man, that is going to change your life dramatically. Because it's gonna make it a lot easier to attract more good things. We attract what we are, not who we think we are. So when you look at your life and you feel discourse with somebody that you feel as though that you may have outgrown, really evaluate the bond and ask yourself, is this person meant to come with me in this next season of my life? Because if they're not, you gotta leave them where they're at. And I'm not saying leave them where they're at like, oh, fuck this guy, fuck this girl, whatever. I'm not saying that. Let them go with love. Love them from a distance. Just kind of step back and remove yourself. You don't even have to, well, nah, you don't have to announce it. Because I don't believe in the whole ghosting thing. Because people know what they do. People know what they do. And if you remove yourself from a situation that you felt as though that you weren't treated fairly, why do you have to announce it? Just leave them where they're at. You know? The reason I'm making this video is because my birthday had just passed, and there were some people that I rekindled with, and it was really nice. However, they are still in a season where they feel as though that they are obligated to keep specific people around, and I just don't agree with that anymore. There's nobody in my life currently that I look at and I don't feel as though that they are an asset. And I'm not talking about asset where, oh, they are going to propel my career forward or they're gonna give me financial abundance or anything like that. I'm just saying it in the sense of, man, this person makes me feel good. They make me excited about life, you know? I think that it's really important that we prioritize our happiness and we prioritize the boundaries that we put in place to cultivate and preserve that happiness that we all yearn for. It's so important. Yeah. If you made it this far in the video, I want to thank you so much. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.